How you doing, YouTube? Master Beer Reviews, back with some whales, baby, in the form of Genesee Cream Ale. It's their lemon and strawberry version. Yeah, you know me. Fucking cream ale, fuck the world. But you know, cream ale's cream ale. Just kind of floats out there and does its thing. And then some saucy bastards out there in the world decide to start fucking with things. You have Natural Light makes Natterdays, and then you have Iron City out of Pittsburgh does their whole kind of mango thing. Well, the OG is at it. They're bringing a little bit of fucking little pizzazz to the old cream ale. Got to review it. Let's see what the sucker has to offer. Crack her open, give her a pour. This comes courtesy of my boy George. Of course, it's Genesee. It comes from George. We'll see what's what with this sumbitch. Yeah, I've been looking for this locally. Cannot find it. He was cool enough to bequeath a can of it to me. And, it's that new school cream ale styling. Let's go in a little bit of a quick rant here. I've done a long rant on it, but they decided to rebrand cream ale. Fine. No problem with that. I like the classic cream ale, but do what you want to do. But they rebranded cream ale because they wanted to seem like a higher end beer. So not only did they rebrand it, they took the same old beer and made it more expensive. That kind of sucks, Genesee. Not going to pull any punches on that one. Boo. Anyway, what does that look like? Looks like cream ale. Actually, looks... I don't know, man. It's been a minute since I had a cream ale. It looks the same. What am I saying? It looks, rich, yellow, soft carbonation, tight, compact head. It actually looks like a macro adjuncty kind of lager going on. So it doesn't have any kind of strawberry looks to it. Lemon burps. Lemon, of course. It has yellow. It's called science. It's got a nose. Man, that lemon comes through in a nice way. It pushes and verges on that lemon pledgy thing, but doesn't quite get there, at least in the nose. And I actually do get like a little bit of a soft, non-synthetic kind of fleshy kind of strawberry out of this. So I'm not gonna lie to you. Kind of smells pretty good. It smells like lemon. Smells like strawberry. Not in this really overt negative way. Yeah, I like that. Not too aggressive in the nose. Not nearly as artificially saccharine sweetie as Natterdays got. That was a little bit more of a kind of wine cooler alcohol pop that had beer tendencies. This smells more like cream ale with a little bit of those alcohol pop vibes. So yeah, we're not off to a bad start here. Let's just dive in. Cheers. Listen, this is like a mirror, but a polar opposite at the same time of Natterdays. Whereas Natterdays was, okay, it has beer vibes. Basically, what I was just saying. It has slight beer tendencies, but it leans more in an alcohol pop range. This is cream ale. This tastes like cream ale. You get that graininess, you get that almost Pilsner maltiness out of it. You get beer from this, but then you get that strawberry and lemon. So this is like a partly sunny, partly cloudy when it comes to those. Natterdays is kind of all this stuff over here and a little bit of beer. This is a decent amount of beer and a little bit of that kind of floating around in there. It works out pretty well. Yeah, you get that rich, relatively rich for a cream ale. Let's put it that way. Kind of graininess. Like I said, soft Pilsner maltiness, base graininess in there. So you're definitely getting that cream ale base off of it. And you get the lemon. It's probably the biggest portion of the show for me. And again, stops short of that pledge, but doesn't really get there. But it gives you a little bit of synthetic vibes, but not enough to really turn you off. And a little bit of soft, very, very organic, non-synthetic kind of strawberry in there. That's pretty quite nice. The strawberry in a lot of kind of these beers can get a little heavy-handed, especially for them. You hesitate to use the word like macro level beers, but they tend to come off like very kind of Flintstone vitamin-y, kind of just over the top. And this is a bit subtle for this, and I kind of really dig that. That's pretty much it. It finishes relatively clean for the beer, what you'd kind of expect for a cream ale. You get a little bit of soft sweetness and that lingering fruitiness kind of on your tongue, but nothing too crazy. It just makes you want to go back for a little bit more, which is kind of the purpose of this beer. I didn't actually talk about the ABV on this. Was it going to be like 4? 5.1? Okay, I think it's a little bit bigger than what base cream ale is, right? But yeah, I dig this. I think this is quite nice. So yeah, let's talk about it in the sense of Natterdays. Not to keep talking about another review and another beers review, but to me these are kind of, the yin and the yang to each other. These are the two beers that are kind of vying for that particular market share. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of other ones that flood the market. Natterdays is kind of a thing that's just taken over. Everybody fucking loves it. So you're going to see a bunch of these. But this is where I kind of see this kind of battle kind of hashing itself out. Is that, do you want something that is kind of a beer but leans more kind of wine coolery, alcohol poppy, or do you want something that is a beer that leans a little bit wine cooler, alcohol poppy? And that's kind of where your loyalties are going to lie when it comes to these beers. Personally, myself, I love me some Natterdays, but I honestly, after about 2, I'm kind of like, okay, I want to move on. I could see myself drinking more than 2. Am I going to sit and drink a 30 rack of these? Well, I wouldn't do that anyway. That's my older days. That shit used to happen. But I could see myself putting down a 6er of these at a golf outing or something like that. Not that I couldn't do that with Natterdays, but I see myself being a little bit more kind of open to this being a multiple drinking beer because of the way the fruit plays in this. It plays nice. Again, that lemon's slightly pudgy, but not too bad. And the strawberry is really cool, but it's not so heavy-handed. And the beer definitely comes through. I could see this being something that is a little bit longer for my palate than what Natterdays brings. So that in of itself, I kind of lean to this beer as opposed to Natterdays just because it's a personal preference. I know some people just want that other kind of flavor, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking, and let's cut to the chase because I pretty much said everything I have to say about it, about the beer. It's cream ale through and through, nice soft strawberry that's very authentic with a little bit of lemon that verges on pledgy but doesn't get there, and drinks pretty clean, sans that aftertaste of the fruitiness. Is it one of the better kind of fruited, what do I want to put this, fruited macro beers? I mean, I don't even like to call Jenny Cream Ale macro, but that's kind of where it falls. Fruited macro beer? I mean, sure, there's like 2, so I'm going to put it there. But in the grand scheme of things, this is going to be number 1. Natterday is going to be number 2. MassiveBeers@gmail.com. Write me all your hate mail. I know everybody out there fucking loves it, but this is number 1 for me. Just because it is more beer than lemon and strawberry, where Natterdays is the opposite of that. Value and availability? I don't know, but it's Jenny. It probably comes in like a 15 or 30 rack for $20 for a 30 rack, I'm guessing. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer. If you like Natterdays, but you wish there was a little bit more beer involved, or you like cream ale, you wish there was a little bit more Natterdays involved. Honestly, if you took a cream ale and you mixed it with Natterdays, you'd kind of get the vibe. I think that's where this one would land. So if you, let's put it this way. Here you go. Here's a perfect way to sum it. If you like beer, but you're not that fucking much of a douchebag, you'll like this beer. Because I'm serious about shit, but sometimes it's just fun not to be serious. And yeah, cream ale, chuggers. What more do you want? So there you go. Another review in the books. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying this little lemon strawberry cream ale right now. We'll see you next time. Cheers.